Hello there. This week I have mostly been playing Battlestar Galactica, and I think it might still be on sale, so you probably should too. And not just because you like Battlestar Galactica, the original or the newer one, whichever, there's no judgment here, but just because you like really good games, and probably if you've watched any of my other videos, spaceship games. It's a bit like Battlefleet Gothic, but obviously turn-based combat, and I'd say the graphics are slightly less good here, but there's a lot more control over the campaign as a whole, which I'm really enjoying. Or it feels like there is. I spent quite a lot of time playing the game this week. Well, as much time as I could anyway. I've mostly been playing on the easy and medium difficulty, but I thought I'd have a tiny little go on hard before forcing myself to write something for the game, I think. I had, after my previous Battlestar Galactica video, I had literally one comment asking me to do some gameplay for it, so I thought I'd give that a go. But to keep it short, I'm going to be playing on hard. So, new campaign, Admiral. Oh no, I don't want persistent damage. Oh, good. And I'm going to disable the tutorial. So, no persistent damage because I'm not prepared to deal with that nightmare. Admiral on. Disable tutorial on. Let us proceed. So say we all, or something. That's what these people say, I think.
The leaders of the 12 colonies promised we would never see war of that scale again. Peace would reign in our lifetime, and the lifetimes of our children. They could not have predicted the Cylon Rebellion less than 30 years later. The worst conflict in colonial history, and we are at a stalemate. No foothold gained that isn't lost again within weeks. The Jupiter Project was supposed to be our ace in the hole, the largest, most powerful Battlestars ever created. Each of the 12 colonies were promised one, in return for signing the Articles of Colonization. The first, Galactica, was Caprica's crowning glory. It went missing 2 weeks after deployment. Athena, the 5th ship to be completed, belongs to Pycon. We were days away from delivering it when we heard the news. Pycon's capital cities were devastated by Cylon assault fleets. Among them, our own colonial fleet headquarters. There was no chance to intervene. Command of Colonial Fleet has fallen to Rear Admiral Kane. Our mobile shipyard, Daedalus, has become the ad hoc fleet headquarters. As Kane's XO aboard Daedalus, you have been promoted to Operations Commander of the entire Colonial Fleet. Kane intends immediate retaliation for the attack on Pycon. The war room awaits your arrival, Commander.
That's context. That's what that was. Okay, so this is how we start. That's the Cylon fleet. These are the colonies. At the moment, the red ones, I think, they're not big fans. They're faltering. And I need to keep everyone happy. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to conduct an experiment. The description for Admiral said that they would meet me ship for ship. So I'm going to say that I'm going to interpret that literally. And I'm going to send that one ship there, and I'm hoping that they only make me fight one ship. That's what it said on the tin.
Escort group is engaging hostiles.
Okay, so that looks very much like I'm about to get curb stomped. I'm Might do an emergency jump. That's a lot of resources, but still less than the ship cost. And let's have a fight with my Daedalus. Okay, so this is before the fights. You get to deploy your ships. Combat is 3D. And collisions are a very real threat, so, be wary. I'm going to try and use these two ships to locate the enemy, and then pull back and use the long-range torpedoes from these three, and the strike craft to actually do the destruction.
Multiple Tratus contacts, Commander. Scorpion Intel has already confirmed hostile bogies.
I knew they were under pressure out here, but this is the worst I've seen the Scorpion shipyards. Incredible they can get anything done under these conditions.
So, I have to defend the shipyards, which appear to be those. To begin with, I guess we'd best get closer.
So say we all.
I'll continue to use these for scouting, and I'm going to launch fighters everywhere.
Yes, sir.
The controls are a bit awkward to begin with, but once you get used to them, you can do everything pretty quickly. I feel as though there's probably a few improvements that could be made to give you more control over, say, your fighters firing, launching all at once without having to go to every single ship. It wouldn't shock me if there was an option for that somewhere that I don't currently know. If anyone watching this video is aware of that, please tell me in the comments. Anyway, fighters launching, end turn, everything happens simultaneously. Okay, so now I am going to give all of my fighters orders. I want them all to gang up on the Cylon Raiders. This is a tactic that's worked fairly efficiently on easier difficulties.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how I'm going to get on here.
Yes, Commander.
I try and keep these adamant cruisers in some sort of formation because the torpedoes fire and they can fire into each other. And also, as collisions can happen, if they're all on slightly different planes, I reduce the chances of that. Insofar as if it happens whilst I'm doing this, I've done something very wrong. Notice they don't start you off with a Battlestar.
Hostile unit identified.
I was pretty sad about that. Okay, so the Revenant here will be a real pain. So I'm going to fire all of my torpedoes at the Revenant.
Yes, Commander.
Which again is a process I feel could probably be done quicker. The Revenants have pretty powerful broadsides, but they can also take a lot of damage. Anyway, they've done their job. Time to disengage.
So say we all.
And I'm gonna have to expect some torpedoes incoming anytime now.
Squadron is taking fire.
Let's try and engage that chasing vessel. These little ships here have good forward and rear fire,
Understood.
but no broadsides. Whereas the Adamant cruisers, I believe, have decent broadsides, but absolutely nothing by way of forward or rear fire. Still not even damaged its armor,
Missiles incoming.
or rather its hull. Oh gosh, they've got reinforcements.
Commander, I'm seeing hostile contacts not engaged in the fighting. They appear to be scouting the Scorpio fleet's wreckages.
They'll be scavenging for ammunition. Destroy the wreckages before the Cylons can turn our own slugs against us, Commander.
Commander, a word? I don't often have the luxury of investigating field damage. A few moments of footage before you destroy those hulls could provide invaluable data.
I've done this mission a few times, and I think this one isn't going to go very well. Where are... Over here, okay. Well, I can try. All of my ships are kind of pointing the wrong way. Let's all do U-turns.
Understood. Yes, Commander.
And as soon as he's about to get absolutely slammed, let's turn up our defensive abilities. Ouch. At the moment, in my mind, it's a race to get to
Yes,
the
sir.
derelicts, so I can blow them up quickly, and hopefully the Cylons will back off. One more turn until my missiles are reloaded, so here we go.
Manticore is taking damage.
Cylons have a tendency to hack things and be really annoying. Which they have done here.
On it, Commander.
That's one of the downsides of getting hacked and having to repair
Understood.
subsystems. Something stops working often. It's not really an upside. I'm not sure there's supposed to be. I still mostly just want to bring the Revenant down. Once he starts getting some good shots on my ships, they'll start melting.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so let's see how that goes.
Adamant is taking damage. Manticore is taking damage.
Gosh, they can take a lot of damage.
On it, Commander.
Tempted to ram it, but I know that's probably not the way to go. Nowhere damaged. Will be soon. Okay, let's try and get some of our multiple arcs going, even if these two ships become somewhat sacrificial, and I regret having played Admiral.
On it, Commander.
I just need to get ships close enough to fire reliable volleys at the debris.
Adamant is taking damage. Friendly unit is down.
Dead. Yeah, don't get anywhere near these fellas. Well, I think, you know, maybe I'll come back and try this not on Admiral
Manticore is
difficulty.
taking damage.
Because I've won this fight a bunch of times. Perhaps I should have used the focus fire ability.
Yes, sir.
But I haven't needed to before now, really, so... Yeah, I'm really not causing the damage I should have been in this fight so far. So, whoops. You're gonna disappear, or you're gonna disappear. Yay, you disappeared. I'm not sure that's gonna tip it back in my favor. Left and right on this ship is broken. And that's effectively both its useful sides.
Yes, sir.
And it's all hacked up. The best thing for him really is turning about face. What's your story? You still have armor? His top is weak. So let's try and put a missile on it. Same for you. And
Adamant is taking taking damage.
Away we go.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
Well, this is a lot closer than I would like. Let's kamikaze that,
Yes, sir.
because I don't think this save's going to go anywhere. And voila!
Adamant is taking damage.
Oh, you snake!
Manticore is taking damage.
Right then. Rear, front. Okay, keep the front facing. Completely hacked. Can't move it.
So say we all.
Okay, can I kill the debris yet? No, I cannot. Can shoot you though. Okay.
Commander, I gave you an order.
Yay, I get to
Sir,
kill them now.
The commander was following up on a request from Sinan for damage reports before.
Mr. Quaid is not in command of this fleet, Lieutenant. Destroy those wreckages now.
I'm so glad I just fired off all my missiles. Anyway, okay, so. Be nice if they both had a line of sight. But they do not.
Yes, Commander.
There we go. How are you two doing? They look as though they're being assisted well by the fighters. I'd like you to die. Okay, one wreckage down. And 2 turns before I can fire more. You're not as poorly as I would like, alas.
Yes, sir.
Stop being not working. And that should give you line of fire. And you too.
Manticore is taking damage.
Well, in any event, I would guess from this that I'm not going to do very well on Admiral difficulty. Let's try and make the most of these last few turns. I feel like there's a pretty good chance I'm going to be able to destroy the wreckage with conventional arms.
Manticore is taking damage.
So I can save the rockets for the baddies. I don't want him getting shot in the rear, because he's got no armor there. You really missed that every time, did you?
Understood.
You're just refusing to do any damage.
Manticore is
gosh.
taking damage.
Alright then. If you feel that was an appropriate amount of damage.
So say we all. On it, Commander.
They have rear weapons. Let's just make sure his attention is where it ought to be.
Manticore is taking damage.
Ah! Okay, that should do it. Well, this was
Commander, all
pretty
hostiles
awful.
are disengaging. Admiral Kane isn't happy with us. But
I've
I think
never
he
lost
stopped
a
the
ship on
Cylons
this
from
mission
salvaging
before.
any more ammo from those Scorpion ships.
Lucinda is becoming rash in her decisions. That was valuable data we could have used. She forgets she must prove the stability of Colonial fleet to the Quorum.
Well, if the Cylons keep running away, maybe you can finally finish building those.
Yeah, the voice
Jupiters.
acting's not bad either.
Build us one while you're at it. We could do with the firepower, right, Commander?
Yep, you could give us a Battlestar. And this is the replay. I'm pretty sure I already showed one of these, but this is a Raider's eye view. Some of them naughty Cylons. And that's my good guys. All lined up neatly. Boo. I mean, those Revenant ships are just really hard. As soon as they get a good broadside on you, it's a really bad time. I'm glad they didn't commit their reinforcements. I've learned I probably need to focus fire a bit more. I really enjoy these replays. Die, dickbag. Sorry, fellas. Should have done a ram. I'm mostly here to watch the ship get blown up again. because I hate them so much. It's always a good day if you see one of them get blown up. I continue to feel like this is a really good game, even if I'm not up to the standard that Admiral might demand. I mean, if that was supposed to be a fair fight with all of the ships that they had, I'm not sure I could have balanced it. I'm hoping maybe this was one of those missions where, because it had a plot, like a specific story element, I'm hoping that the extra forces they had isn't going to be representative of every fight I have with them. I'm going to be having a really bad time in this campaign. Yeah, they're totally hanging back. I don't even think ships in this game can stay as still as they were before they were attacked. So, that was the very first, like, proper mission out of the tutorial missions. Here you start off with full access to research. A weird little intelligence screen that gives you an idea of where you need to focus your efforts and where you're getting your money from. Place to hire and fire officers for fleets. And the all-important build queue. Talking of which, I should probably spam some ships. Alright. This is the 12 colonies laid out. And maybe in future videos I will try and save them, though inevitably fall on my face. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see any more of this, let me know, because I tend to drift away from doing gameplay stuff if there isn't very much feedback. You'd better watch this all the way through, at the person that commented asking for some gameplay. I've been playing a bunch of stuff, so, you know, this isn't one of those periods of time where I've been doing nothing. There should be more content soon.